And welcome to Hero Power. This is episode number 287, and I am your host, Avanties. And as always, I'm joined by my co host, Zerotio.
What is up, gang? I don't know about you, Avantis, but I am Diablo overloaded.
There has been a lot of Diablo in my card game lately.
Yeah, which I like, but we'll talk more about that later. My week obviously has been filled with a lot of Diablo. My Hearthstone week, that is, a lot of Diablo. I'm working a lot, which I think I've talked about before, and I don't have a lot of time to play. So mainly, I just had this past Wednesday, and man, it was like I had so much I felt like I wanted to do. I ended the month at Diamond 10 because I haven't been playing Constructed. I did get a 9x multiplier. So evidently they
Nice.
thought I still earn 9x like I normally do when I get to Diamond 5. I just haven't had enough time to play. Standard is fun right now. And like I said, we'll talk more about that. I'm enjoying Standard with the new patch. There's a lot of fun decks. Um, but my primary way of playing Hearthstone right now is Mercenaries, and I've been
Yes.
doing lots of Mercenaries.
Yeah, so my week actually has been the reverse. Um I've been playing a lot of standard.
Wow,
I know. I have been working on clearing up quests, and I've finished all my weeklies and all my dailies.
nice.
Um I've been playing a couple of decks, but one in particular that we'll talk about in just a second. Um, but yeah, I've actually I've done all my standard dailies and quests, and I've done all of my mercenaries dailies, and that's been about all I've done in mercenaries. I log in, I figure out what I have to do for my task board, I knock those out, and then I went back to playing standard, which was weird for me because I don't really think standard and wild is a good format right now. I think the most fun you can have in Hearthstone is playing battlegrounds and mercenaries.
I don't disagree with that. I have been playing some Standard. I did a couple of other things, but mainly it's been I do my dailies in Mercenaries, and I go to Standard, try to get my dailies done there on that board, and then I usually go back to Mercenaries to play a little bit more. And then if I have time when I get off work at night, uh, if I'm sitting at my desk at my house, I'll try to play Standard. But
Mm-hmm.
if I'm on my phone somewhere or in the car or at work, and during my breaks, quote unquote, it, enjoying my ETT, then I will usually play Mercenaries because I can just
Yeah,
kind of knock those out real quick. I play Mercenaries on my lunch because I can knock those out real quick. And if my connection on my phone drops, it's not the end of the world. I don't lose rank or
right,
anything like
right.
that.
You
So
pick right back up
it's
where you left off. So
it's a balance. And then I usually I've been trying to get a little bit of some of this Diablo content in with duels and battlegrounds.
yeah,
But let's go ahead and get into the news then.
yeah. So Dead Minds is here. This past
Yes.
Tuesday, we got patch 21.6, which includes the Dead Minds mini set.
Mhm.
It all dropped, and so far, it's been interesting. I'm not gonna lie. When I said I've been playing more standard, it's because of this mini set, and I know you, the way you have it laid out in our show notes. It's legendary card review first, and then we talk about our first week impressions. But
Well,
I
here's the reason I had that is because I had this feeling that your impressions involve one specific card,
Mr.
which we'll
Smite.
talk about in the legendaries. Yes.
Yep.
So let's
It,
let's go ahead and talk about the four legendaries.
okay.
But
All right. So, legendary card review. I don't actually have these pulled up for you to see this week, so we're going to just talk about them. Rest assured, Zerotio did this amazing spreadsheet as he always does, but it's 4 cards. We're just going to talk about them.
Yeah, that's fine.
First up, we have the Rogue Legendary Edwin Defius Kingpin.
Defias. Oh, gosh, you're going to kill me with this.
He's a 4-mana, 4/4 pirate. Battle Cry. Draw a card. If you play it this turn, Edwin gets +2/+2 and repeat this effect.
Yeah, so this is weird. It's like a reverse Edwin. You have to totally flip the logic. Before, you would play a bunch of cards and then try to make sure you save enough mana for Edwin. Now, you play Edwin and hope the cards you draw, based on the way you built your deck, can be played. Now, there is a weird interaction with this, and I don't know if it's intended or not. If you play Edwin, Shadow Step Edwin, and start playing the cards that he draws, the effect still goes. If you play it, you'll draw another card. You play it, you'll draw another card. But he buffs in your hand.
Interesting.
So what some people are doing is they're kind of building this low-to-the-ground deck that involves basically 2 main minions for a combo. It's Edwin and Mr. Smite, which we'll get to. And they play Edwin, Shadow Step Edwin, and just draw a bunch of cards. Hopefully they've already drawn Mr. Smite, or they don't draw Mr. Smite during the Edwin combo, because they can just keep playing it, and it buffs up Edwin really big. And then you can play on turn 10, Mr. Smite and Edwin in one turn for a huge amount of damage.
Yeah, that sounds interesting. I have not actually played against a rogue all week.
I've only played a couple, but I killed them really quick.
Yeah. So,
or I burned them out, one of the two.
Yeah, let's move on to the next. We have the Shaman Legendary Cookie the Cook. He's a 3-mana, 2/3 Murloc with Lifesteal, Death Rattle, equip a 2/3 Stirring Rod weapon with Lifesteal.
This is actually surprisingly good. I'm playing a deck, I believe, it was Funky Monkey, made a triple N'Zoth deck.
Okay.
And you play Cookie along with other tribes, and then you play N'Zoth to bring them all back. Once your opponent clears that board, you're going to get usually a 2/3 lifesteal weapon off of this, which is that little bit of extra life through Cookie and the weapon throughout the game kind of keeps that control aspect of the deck. Mm-hmm. Then after you play N'Zoth, you play the Parrot to repeat N'Zoth's battle cry. Okay. Then, when they clear that board, you play the next Parrot to repeat that battle cry. So you can get 3 N'Zoths off in one game.
Nice.
And that's some big board clear. I haven't had too much trouble against most decks, because aggressive decks I kind of am able to tempo out, and then control decks I get more value than them, except in the rare case of some warriors. They actually have enough clears to get through my N'Zoth boards.
Okay. All right. Again, I've played against some shamans this week, but I haven't seen Cookie yet. So I guess I've just been lucky. Next up, we have 2 neutral legendaries. First up, we have Goliath Sneed's Masterpiece. This is an 8-mana, 8/8 mech. Battle Cry. Fire 5 rockets at enemy minions that deal 2 damage each. You get to pick the targets.
Yeah, so I got this off a random effect once, and basically the UI is really weird. So it gives you the target, and then you click it, and then it makes it so you can target it again while that shot's going off.
Okay.
So it's like you click it, then you do that 5 times, and the shots go off between your clicks. So I'm not sure how the opponent sees it. I'm sure they don't see the clicks, right. But it's pretty. I thought you would queue them up and they all go at once, but it's kind of like boom, 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 boom. And if you delay it, your opponent can see that you've delayed in your choices. So it's interesting. Yeah, I liked it, but I think it's too clunky
What do you
to
think
be
about it
played.
compared to something like, say, the Tonk?
The Tonk's a death rattle,
Okay.
so it's a little bit more uh it's less targeted, it's less control. However, you can bring it back with other death rattles or re-trigger the death rattles, and there's lots of really neat things you can do with death rattles that you can't do with a battle cry.
Okay.
So I would play the Tonk over this for the synergies it has in that deck. Straight up one for one comparison for card, this is stronger,
Yeah.
but when you compare it with the type of deck it works with, the Tonk works better. But both are bad cards and bad decks.
Right.
So
Right. Right. So now let's talk about the legendary card that I have seen a lot
Mr. Leroy,
in
Smite.
multiple decks. So you've
Yes.
got Mr. Smite. He's a 6 mana 6/5
Pirate.
pirate, and it says your pirates have charge. Charge.
So this is a neutral charge minion.
Yes. I have seen this in druid decks. I have
Uh-huh.
seen this in you know, all kinds of places you wouldn't necessarily expect to see
Paladin?
it. Yeah, seen it in Paladin.
Paladin hand buffs this thing to a ridiculous number and then just goes face for this huge, just OTK turn.
Yeah, yeah. I saw somebody on Twitter earlier this week. I don't remember who. They posted this card with the caption, "Leroy, is that you?"
So we did the rating spreadsheet. It was kind of a shotgunned out by Ridiculous as he tends to do. He's a very busy man right now. We did the rating spreadsheet, and I rated this a 6 because I really think it gets nerfed. And there's a lot of contention on how people think this should get nerfed. I think it should read your other pirates have charge.
Okay.
Because it still makes it good in decks that they intended it to be good in with other pirates. Right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't make it good in decks where Mr. Smite is your only pirate.
That's true.
Because that's the decks that are abusing this, is decks that are just putting Mr. Smite in for this 6 damage charge effect on one.
Let's compare him, because Leroy is a 5 mana 6/2 with charge.
Yes.
And Smite is a 6 mana 6/5 with charge. Same attack, 1 additional mana, and +3 health.
I don't think the health really matters.
No, obviously it doesn't, because he's not meant to be on the board for more than a turn. Because you play him, he's going to die immediately, or you're just playing him to kill your opponent.
So
that's the only 2 times you play Smite.
The extra 3 health matters as little as the 2 minions Leroy gives your opponent, because the reason you're playing him is to win the game.
Unless your opponent has a knife juggler on the board, then those 2 minions matter.
Yeah, I did win a tournament that way once. That was really, it was amazing. People say, well, how is this better than Leroy? It's not better than Leroy. It's just as good. That's why Leroy's not in standard.
Yep.
Now, the argument of that is, well, why isn't he going crazy and wild? Because Leroy's not going crazy and wild.
That's
where
true.
Where this card, in my opinion, was intended to have a big impact was with Quest Warrior, so that the minions that come off of Juggernaut get charge. You
ding,
play,
ding, ding. And that is exactly the deck I have been playing all week in standard.
It's a good deck. So a lot of people say, well, you'll get smite off of Juggernaut. That is such a high roll that it's not what you worry about.
Yeah.
What you worry
Yeah.
about is getting a solid, 4 attack plus pirate off of Juggernaut, and then being able to play Mr. Smite and have six damage plus that minion.
The best example of this that I had this week was the it's the 4/6 pirate with frenzy that whenever it take I forget the name of it.
Anchorman.
Yeah, Anchorman. I got an Anchorman off the Juggernaut and then played Smite and just hit my opponent for 10 and called
10 damage. This is why, because people say, why is it a 6-mana 6/5? It should be smaller. What are you going to do? If you lower the stats, do you lower the mana? So what if this was a 5-mana 5/5?
Yeah, that's still really good.
You know why it's good? Because you can play it right next to Rokara, the quest reward. That's why this is 6 mana. And that's why that deck doesn't have any way to cheat mana cost.
Yeah.
Because if you could play this with Rokara, the reward from the quest line, that would be devastating.
Right.
So 6 mana 6/5 I think is perfect. I think the stats perfect. I think the mana is probably perfect. You could probably go to 7 mana, but honestly, I think that's negligible. I think if you need to nerf this card, and I'm not sure you need to yet, but if you need to, I think the text goes to your other pirates have charge.
All other pirates you control instead of your pirates.
Yes, your other pirates have charge.
Yeah.
That way, decks like the Paladin deck that only puts Smite, no other pirates. The Druid deck that only puts Smite, no other pirates.
Yeah. You basically take charge away from Mr. Smite.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So that's the way I see it. Now, whether, because there's some weird combos where you play Mr. Smite and then you Potion of Illusion him, so he's now 1 mana 1/1 that has this effect, and it gets crazy.
So yeah. First week impressions. We kind of talked about it as we went, but yes, Mr. Smite has had me playing Quest Pirate Warrior all week, and it's been a lot of fun.
So your deck of choice right now is Quest Pirate Warrior, right?
Yes.
My deck of...
Uh-oh. Did we lose you, Zerotio? I know we've been having some network issues on Zerotio's side the last couple of weeks, and it looks like the network gremlins may have bitten him again. So we're gonna give him just a second to see if he can reconnect.
It's been happening every week. I don't know why. It's almost the same time.
Yeah. So anyway, you were saying your deck of choice was?
So my deck of choice doesn't have the greatest win rate, but it beats up on Warrior. And it is Death Rattle Res Priest.
I think I've heard of that deck. I believe they call it Degenerate.
It is pretty degenerate. So the goal is you have lots of healing in the form of the 6/6 elementals with taunt, the death rattles to heal 8 to all friendly characters. Then you have the 8/8 demon with taunt that gives you 8 armor off a death rattle, and then you're constantly trading in that new 3 mana spell that resurrects, so it upgrades, and then eventually you're resurrecting 4+, and it does go all the way to 7, 4+ death rattle minions that died that game. And you often with palm reading can find extra copies of that card. Mm-hmm. And also with the healing, the 2 mana healing spell that also discovers spell, you can find even more with those. It's really good against Big Warrior and Pirate Warrior. Looking at, I actually have been playing this deck quite a bit. My stats overall aren't great. It's right at 50%, but I am 7-1 versus Pirate.
Okay.
Not versus not pirate versus warrior. 7-1 versus warrior.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So uh, it's good against warrior. It's not great against everything else because other aggressive decks just steamroll it. That's the biggest problem I have with it.
Okay.
Uh, is there's not enough early, and there may be a way to change that where you put in some of the early 2/4 taunts that heal, but then you're kind of muddling up your pool. There may be refinement with that deck that makes it good against other decks. I haven't had time to dig into that yet, but that's what I've been doing constructed wise.
Mm-hmm.
Is pretty much so. I play that deck, and then I've been playing Warrior myself, Pirate Warrior. I've got quite a few, um, quite a few Funky Monkey decks. Funky Monkey makes some really unique decks. Has a good hand paladin that I've been playing.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one that made that N'Zoth Shaman that plays N'Zoth 3 times. I like his decks right now, so that's probably what I'm going to do this Saturday. Uh, uh, Today and tomorrow before I go to work is dig more into constructed and try to find some more unique decks. I don't play THL right now, and that's usually where I got my outlet of trying new decks.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably going to be a standard weekend, and then I'm going to get back into Mercenaries and battlegrounds and so forth. I have
Okay.
been enjoying duels a lot, but we'll talk about that a little bit more later.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit more about what came out with this patch 21.6. Yes, Dead Mines was huge, but as you said, there's been a lot of Diablo overload as well. Um,
Yes.
so let's kind of talk a little bit about that. Have As I said, I've mostly been playing Mercenaries and Standard this week. I've not actually dove into I've not touched Battlegrounds this week. I've not played duels this week. And I've not hopped into the arena yet this week.
Yeah, for those that are watching on the download, we are going to play a dual class arena this week, and I haven't played any arena either. However, I have played quite a bit of duels. I haven't gotten Diablo, but I've seen Diablo quite a bit,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe Diablo is a permanent fixture in duels now, so you got time to level up all of his stuff. So I'm not really pushing duels too hard because I know I can unlock him later.
Mm-hmm.
However, I did play a lot of Battlegrounds trying to get Diablo. I never got. Let me think. No, I haven't gotten Diablo once, but I faced Diablo almost every single match. I think it was one time I didn't get Diablo. Uh, I like him in Battlegrounds. He's fun to play against. So the way he works in uh, Battlegrounds is every fourth match, everybody plays against Diablo.
Okay.
If you beat, well, it's not if you beat Diablo. During the match, Diablo will summon an extra minion, a demon. If you kill that demon, you get a treasure. That's a Diablo themed treasure. For every person that doesn't kill that demon, Diablo gets a treasure.
Oh, okay.
So he could get a bunch of treasures because his warband's really, really strong. And you do that every four rounds, and the treasures get progressively better and better. The first time there's a secret you can get, and it summons after all your minions die in a battle, it summons another demon for you. Then it goes to 2 demons, then it goes to 3 demons. So it gets bigger and better as you move on. Uh, I am seeing the Diablos are losing fairly early
Mm-hmm.
in the battlegrounds. Again, I haven't played with him, and a lot of the sentiment is Diablo's not very good in battlegrounds, and people aren't really enjoying playing him. They like playing against him. So you've had a few people that I had a couple matches that Diablo conceded on the first match, and that kind of stunk because you didn't fight Diablo anymore
Right.
and kind of throws that whole thing off. So I don't know if this was a successful event, and it's only temporary, which is why I wanted to make sure to play it. It's only
Hmm.
out for, I think, a week or two. I think it's 2 weeks, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
So this week we're gonna play dual class arena. I think next weekend or next show we plan on playing
Battleground.
battlegrounds.
Yeah. And we will get into some constructed. We do know that the next set is right around the corner. There have been some leaks on that. We're not going to talk about the leaks. This isn't the show that talks about the leaks too much until they've been corroborated by
Mm-hmm.
Blizzard. But I know Out of Cards did find some data on the uh, on the next set. So we have plenty of time to play the constructed decks. We'll probably get in those after next week. But other than that, I did see here. Played lots of Mercenaries. I've gotten my pirate team uh, between level 24 and 29. I'm almost maxed out with them. I'm grinding them now.
Okay.
I played quite a bit of duels. Druid's really strong right now, and I've been picking Druid quite a bit, getting at least 7 wins with it. Battlegrounds, having lots of fun with it. Have played some of the new heroes, but I haven't played Diablo. And then Duel Arena, I haven't played any. We're going to play that today.
Right.
Uh, so you talked about what you've done pretty much. Here's my question. Was there too much in this patch?
So yeah, I'm gonna say yes. There was so much that came with this patch, and I have limited amount of time to log in and play. Anyway, it feels like I've not. The reason I've not had a chance to do duels or battleground is because I've been trying to do everything else, and there's just not enough
Yeah.
hours in the day to do everything.
Yeah, and see, before in past patches, you know, I work a 40-hour work week, and then I do nothing but play video games when I'm not
Mm-hmm.
working for the most part. I don't have a lot of other responsibilities in my life, and I usually say, "Oh no, that's fine. I was able to get everything done." Now that I'm working more and I have other responsibilities, this was a lot to try to do.
Yeah.
And I got a little bit of everything, but I don't feel like I enjoyed anything.
Yeah.
I, I, when I say I didn't enjoy it, I mean I enjoyed what I got of it, but I wasn't able to sit down and binge play Battlegrounds and just enjoy it. I got like 2 Battlegrounds runs
Right.
and went, okay, that was fun. I got what I wanted out of it. Let's go do some duels. And I did 2 duels runs. That was fun. I got what I wanted. Let me play some of these constructed decks. And I wasn't able to sit down and pick one mode that has some new content like the mini set. When a mini set comes out, usually like I want to do nothing but play constructed and play every possible deck I can, see what the new meta is like. I wasn't able to do that.
Yeah.
I got like 15 games in, and for me, on a new for a new mini set, usually I play upwards of like 100 games in like a 3 or 4 day period.
Uh huh.
And even with my limited time, I probably could still get in like 50. But no, I couldn't because I was too busy doing everything else. And Mercenaries is fairly new. It's what, 3 weeks now.
Yeah.
And I'm just now starting to get to the point where I'm going to be getting into PvP because I'm maxing out all my characters. And I don't feel like I can really sacrifice the time to do that because we have these limited time events like the Diablo Battlegrounds, this dual arena that, you know, there's just so much going on. Like I said, I'm Diablo overloaded.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I
Absolutely.
love that they did an event with Diablo. I love that they put him in the game. I know a lot of people don't like it because of IP sanctity and stuff like that, but I like it. I just wish they would have broken it up a little bit more and made it more special.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do the Diablo events when you're not also dropping the mini set. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
The mini set should be the only thing to do when it comes out for a week or two. And that's just not the case this time. It kind of devalued the mini set. And I know the mini set's behind because Mercenaries was behind schedule, and maybe eventually this all works itself out in the wash. But I really hope that Team 5 is getting together and building out a more tight schedule. But I don't know. Maybe there's just too much to do in Hearthstone, and you're not meant to do everything.
Yeah.
And see, most people will be Battlegrounds player, or they'll be a Mercenaries player, and they'll be a constructed player, and they might dabble in some of the other ones, but that's like 90% of their play is going to be in those modes. And I'm the type of player that wants to split my time evenly amongst everything, and I don't think I can do that. Mm-hmm. And I want to. So it's frustrating.
Right. There's just like you said, not enough time.
Not just not enough time. There's too much to do.
Yeah.
It's like you're given a full day at an amusement park, but there's so many rides. If you stood in line for all of them, even if there was no line, if you rode every ride, you could not get to all the rides. You leave going, wow, I wish I would have done that ride. Wish I would have done that ride.
So is Hearthstone the Disney World of Blizzard?
Hearthstone is the Disney World of Blizzard. However, Hearthstone this week has like taking Disney World, Disneyland, Six Flags, Dollywood, and making one big theme park and saying, enjoy yourself. And there's just too much to do. It's like I got 5 different theme parks to go to, and I got 24 hours to do it. That's how Hearthstone feels this week.
Yeah,
I've got too much to do in 1 week or 2 weeks, I think, for the most part, because this is kind of that event for All Hallows Eve. And then we haven't even talked about it. There's these Tavern Brawls. I've not even played them or cracked them open. And they're only for All Hallows Eve. We haven't done them.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if I've done Tavern Brawls this week. I don't remember.
I did one for a quest that they popped up that they wanted me to do. I don't even know.
I think I did that one.
And I didn't even do it because I got into it. My opponent immediately conceded.
Okay. And
so I was like, oh, I got credit for it.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, we've talked about how overloaded we are. Let's talk about what's next for Mercenaries.
Let's kind of talk about what's next.
Okay.
Because there's a blog post out, and I'll get to it. There's a blog post that's Mercenaries What's Next. And we're not going to go over every detail of this. There's a lot of details, a lot of bullet points. The Spirit Healer podcast with Donnie DK, also known as Dragon Rider, Cinder Ascendant, and Simba did a great job of breaking this blog down and giving their opinions on it. So definitely check that podcast out. There are new Mercenary-specific Hearthstone podcasts. Definitely get them on your podcatcher because they're worth a listen. But we'll kind of hit these. They talked a lot about different aspects. First, they talked about the launch celebration and how many players have actually played, and will be given 5 free packs if you played during the 21.4 patch.
Yeah, hang on real quick. I want to talk about this just a second. It says, so far, we are grateful to those of you who are playing Mercenaries. So far, you've totaled over 1 billion minutes of combat time. So they've obviously been watching you and I play. What about everybody else?
Yeah. I think I'm a good 100 million of those minutes. It feels like. That toilet time. You'd be surprised how much extra time you get. 1 billion minutes.
You go to the toilet, you start playing Mercenaries. By the time you finish a bounty, your legs are asleep, so there's no point in getting up. You just start another bounty, and it just runs from there.
They say the average human spends about 8 hours a week on the toilet. So everybody is clearly playing this on the toilet.
Yeah.
Because of 1 billion, you don't get 1 billion minutes without playing on the toilet. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I know it grosses people out when I say it. Shout out to Cinder Ascendant and Dragon Rider. Big shout out to Dragon Rider. She mentioned playing Mercenaries on the toilet on their episode this week, and I thought I just cracked up laughing. Effective toilet time, people. It's a thing.
Yeah.
For this big launch and this 100 million, the 1 billion minutes of combat and over 100 million combined bounties. And it's funny, they put it here, and that number excludes heroic air elemental. So they took the heroic air elemental out. But see, I was doing the harpy one, so
Yeah.
and a lot of other people were doing the harpy. Maybe they didn't cut that one out. Everybody that played during 21.4 patch cycle is getting 5 free mercenary packs.
Okay,
That's really
so
cool.
here's a tip. If you already have all the mercenaries, don't open these packs, because when they
Yes.
release the next set of mercenaries, you'll have a chance to pull them out of these packs.
Yeah, and that's something we talked about before, is something unique about Mercenaries that's different from games like Genshin Impact and Raid Shadow Legends and Marvel Strike Force, those other hero collector games that are that gotcha style. And I consider Mercenaries a hero collector game, a hero collector, hero battler. Uh, the difference is when a new character is released or a set of new characters are released, they are not available in their standard orbs or chests or whatever they get that's equivalent to our packs, usually until after the promo period, which could be 3 weeks, could be 3 months for some games. However, what makes Mercenaries different is when they set out a new character, and they've already set the precedence with the 5 new characters, the pirate Edwin and Sneed and them, they go in packs immediately. So save those packs.
Right.
Also, if you do tasks 16 through 18 for characters, you also get packs. So if you're grinding those tasks, get up to 16 through 18 and you'll get packs, and save those packs is what I recommend doing.
Yeah.
Because you can, if you want to get those packs just for the coins, you can just binge run bounties to get specific coins. I wouldn't do that. They do talk about upcoming content. They're taking feedback on bugs, balance, and quality of life changes. They don't give any real specifics on a lot of the upcoming content, and that's why I said this is Mercenaries What's Next. They don't tell us a lot specifically about what's next, just generally what's next, and that they're still deciding what to put out. So they do have a lot of balance changes coming, specifically about the village. They're going to address the task board. They're looking to improve the tasks. They want to give you some better type of tasks. They want Toki maybe to give us different tasks other than just complete 2 bounties.
Yeah.
They're also looking at more buildings. The way they built the village, there's lots of space to put more buildings. And in the initial sneak peek we saw, there was a training hall, or I think it was a training dummy at the time.
Yeah.
But they're talking about the training hall as being an alternate way to level your mercs. They didn't give a lot of details about that.
It just says it'll let your mercenaries passively gain XP throughout the day.
Yes. So now, whether that's you put mercenaries in them like you would your garrisons from World of Warcraft, and they just gain XP, or the way I would like them to do it is you put them into the training hall, and while you do other content that would normally give XP, you also get XP for that character. That way you still have to play to gain the XP, but when you win a PvP match and you get XP, or you win a fight in a bounty and you get XP, instead of your 6 characters, you'd have a 7th one available for XP. That way, you could run bounties with all max level, but still be leveling up characters.
Yeah.
But either way would be fine. And then they talk about the fighting pit. They're working on adjustments for AI and matchmaking to be even better than they are now, because there's been a lot of problems with that. There was an exploit that people were queuing up with 5 of one type and 1 of another, and if they got matched against their counter, then one of them would concede immediately, and it would grind the PvP rewards chest. Well,
Okay.
they changed it so that at least 3 mercenaries had to be defeated, and there's kind of a bit of outrage because people were queuing up, having 2 of their mercenaries get killed real early. They would just concede, robbing their opponent of any kind of benefit.
Yes.
So they changed it almost, it was like within 24 hours or just after 24 hours. They changed it to you will not get PvP rewards unless 1 mercenary is defeated in the match, and that's a mercenary on either side.
Okay.
Now, can that still be exploited where people queue up with a specific set and then they just maybe one's a level 1 and they kill it off and then they yes, but at least it's a little bit more work of an exploit. You can't
Yeah.
just concede immediately. And I'm sure this is something they're going to be working on quite a bit. And now another
But you know, in that scenario, if you queue in with a level 1 and kill it and then move on, doesn't that level 1 still get experience and won't be a level 1 for long?
that's true. I mean, I don't know
So I
how
mean, they're
much.
going to continue to level, and you're not going to be able. It's going to become harder and harder over time.
Unless the person who had the level 1 die, they concede.
Yeah.
Because yeah, I don't know, it's weird. And then we talked about before these seasons of PvP. We didn't know how they were going to do them, how long they would last. The first season of the fighting pit, the PvP rating system, ends at the end of November, which would roughly put it 2 months long. But they did say all future seasons will last 1 month, just like
Ranked ladder seasons.
ranked ladder systems.
Yeah. Well,
So
I'm perfectly happy right now with my rank in Mercenaries. I've completed one PvP match for 299 points, and I'm good right there. That's where I'm gonna think
I
I'm
think
gonna finish out the season.
I'm just under 7,000. And the a lot of people are equating based on the chest and the color of the chest. The quote unquote legend rank
Yeah.
is about 12,500. So that's something I'll eventually push for. But right now I'm focusing on leveling my mercs. I don't PvP often. I will try to get my chests when I can, when I have time to do it. You get a chest after 1 PvP win, and then you get another chest after 2 PvP wins, and then after that it goes up. I usually will try to get 3 PvP wins a day if I can, but usually I don't really focus on it. But at the end of November, all rank resets and rewards will reset at the first of every month.
Yeah.
So if you kind of hit a wall on your rank, know at the end of the month you'll be able to start over and get those rank chests again. So I do like that. They talked about the travel point. They're going to be adjusting difficulties for heroic bounties. There's specific heroic bounties that are really, really hard, harder than they expected.
Yeah.
And they're working on changes on mysterious stranger encounters with player interest in mind.
Yay!
So
You didn't say mysterious challenger this week.
Did I not? Because I wrote it and I read it out loud. Hey, you know what? Dragon Rider says mysterious challenger on her show too, so I'm not going to play. I'm doing good. If she's making the mistake and so am I, then I'll take that. So they did put it here with player interests in mind, because I know a lot of players are complaining about it's too hard to get new tasks to level up the task equipment. And I hope maybe they build that into the training hall. Maybe you can have one slot of the training hall focused on them completing the next task in their list instead of getting XP.
Right.
So you can have like most of the slots are for getting XP, and then one slot is just for a task. So you can have somebody working on their specific task that they're on. And that would be good, because there are specific tasks that are hard to do. I think it was Cookie's 4th task. You had to get the death blow with their main ability, and it doesn't do hardly any damage.
Yeah, no, it's like 2 damage or something.
Yeah, so I went into a normal bounty, and that's how I did it. I shouldn't have to do that.
Yeah.
I should be able to do it with current content. So those are the type of ones I'd like to do. Then they have building your collection. They're looking at multiple aspects of pack openings, and they go in a little bit of
So
detail here.
my biggest issue with Mercenaries packs is that you can't buy more than one at a time.
Yes, and I thought they would hot fix that, and I don't know if this is intended. So normally you can go with your gold and go in to get a standard pack or any kind of card pack of Hearthstone. You double click where it says the 100 gold, and it will pop up a little space to put in a number up to 50.
Uh-huh.
And it'll give you that many packs. You can't do that with Mercenaries packs. It drives me nuts because I want to spend like 2,000 gold.
Exactly.
And I don't want to think it's to try to get people to spend real money instead. Well,
what else could it be? I mean, are they trying to deter us from buying? I mean, it's like, okay, no. Go buy regular packs with your gold. No.
My other thought was maybe this is an old build, but that double clicking the gold has been in, I think, since the very beginning, because I learned that trick. I think it was in beta that I learned that trick.
Yeah.
So maybe it's just an oversight. I don't know, but it's not gotten fixed. It can't be that hard to fix, I would think, but maybe it is. We don't know. They've said before that the framework is fairly fragile, but there's a lot of concerns, and I'm not going to go into all of these. But the pack logic of the one always gives you a mercenary of that rarity if you need one, but then there's another one that can, but it doesn't use duplicate protection in that one. So sometimes it looks like you're getting something that you already have when you don't. It's really weird. And the portrait system where you're getting portraits for characters that you already have, or you open a portrait of somebody, but you haven't gotten their mercenary yet. But since you have their portrait, you can play that mercenary.
Yeah.
But then later you open that mercenary.
Open the mercenary, yeah.
So I think if you get a portrait, you should automatically get the base mercenary with it. That will help the duplicate protect. So there's just lots of things that they're looking at. They haven't put in any real solutions, just that they're looking at it and trying to make the pack logic better.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it for that blog. It is a good read. So if you want to see the full details, definitely check out our show notes at heropowerhs.com. We'll have that in there. And if you want more detailed opinions about everything in here, Spirit Healer does a more of a deep dive on this. Again, they are specifically a Mercenaries podcast, so I would definitely check them out.
All right, gang, that's going to do it for us this week. If you're joining us on YouTube, stay tuned for the live play portion of our show, as we are going to check out dual class arenas. If you are listening via the audio podcast, we'd like to thank you for joining us. Remember, you can follow us on Twitter at HeroPower_cast. You can find all of our past episodes on YouTube at youtube.com/ECMMOGamers or on our website at HeroPowerHS.com. If you enjoy the show, you'd like to help support and improve it, you can do so by joining our Patreon at patreon.com/HeroPower. And we'll see you all again next week.
And don't forget to use your hero power.
Alrighty.
I don't think we've had a regular closing in a while for transition.
We haven't, because you keep going off on all these tangents of...
It's because there's so much to do.
Don't forget to complete your bounties.
Don't forget to play with Diablo, because he's only in the battleground for 2 weeks. Or is it a week? I don't remember. It's not long enough.
I don't know. It's not. It's not long enough. And hopefully, like you said, he'll be a more permanent staple in duels.
I think he is. If I'm not mistaken, he's supposed to be permanent in duels. It almost has to, because why put a time limit on doing all the things to unlock your hero powers and treasures?
Right.
And I haven't gotten Diablo once. I think I'm only gonna play casual because I've been playing heroic because you get packs, but I don't need packs. So I'm just gonna do casual duels
Yeah.
because it
Okay.
just doesn't make sense. So, but we're gonna do duel arena this week.
Yes, I'm
So I'm
excited
gonna
about
have to
this.
watch Skype while you do the draft.
Yeah. Well, we'll
Again,
we'll talk through the draft and then we'll play, a couple of games and see how we do.
I again I implore you, Team Five, if anybody over there listens, please allow spectating of draft.
That would be good. Yeah.
I want to be able to spectate the arena draft. I want to be able to spectate somebody doing uh, their duels runs and see their buckets that they're picking. I don't know why we can't do that. That's an
All right.
important part of it. Okay, so we have
Horseman Uther, Illidan Stormrage, and Dame Hazelbark. So
so
Paladin,
this
Demon Hunter, or Druid.
this first class is what is one of the classes you'll get cards from. This is not going to be your hero power.
Now, I want to say I have heard through the grapevine that Shaman Demon Hunter is really good together.
Yes, but which hero power?
That's a good question. I
You
don't
want
know.
the Demon Hunter hero power. The Shaman hero power kind of sucks.
Yeah.
So I suspect Shaman Demon Hunter is good when you can pick Shaman first. Because remember, whatever you pick here, you will not get the hero power option for
That
next
is
turn.
correct. It will be an opposite.
So we could try to go Shaman Demon Hunter, but I don't think it's as strong without the Demon Hunter hero power. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So what do you feel here?
Um, you want to go Paladin?
I mean, I love Paladin, especially if we can get it with something like Priest.
Okay, let's see what we get.
But it would be the Priest hero power, not
Right.
because I like going Priest Paladin because you get the dudes and you can use the Priest buffs on the dudes.
Well, we can do Paladin Priest, or we can do Paladin Warrior, or we can do Paladin Demon
Ooh.
Hunter.
Paladin Warrior is good because of the weapons. Paladin Demon Hunter, I don't know how good that would be. The Demon Hunter hero power is good. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I don't know if you're going to have a lot of Paladin synergy with the Demon Hunter cards, but you will have
With Warrior or Priest.
Yeah. I personally like Priest, but I think Warrior would be better because of the weapon synergies.
Okay, well, let's see what we get. So our first choice is a Bloodworm, a Streetwise Investigator, or the Blubber Baron.
Ooh. These are all bad.
These are all bad.
I mean, Bloodworm's got lifesteal.
Yeah, it's a 5-mana 4/4 with lifesteal. I think we take the Bloodworm.
I think so. I mean, I don't know how much the lifesteal help us if we're building up armor, but
Yeah.
It's the best of the bucket.
Okay, then we've got Stormwind Guard, Loot Hoarder, and Worgen Infiltrator. Do we take the Loot Hoarder?
Loot Hoarder's just good. Worgen's not bad,
Yeah.
but Loot Hoarder's probably better. Card draw is really good in Arena.
Then we've got Ancient Blossoms, Pandaren Importer, and Florist. I think we take the Importer.
The Importer is going to give us a Discover from both Warrior and Paladin without the need to have to draft a lot of spells.
Exactly.
So yeah, I think the Importer is the way we go.
I think we take any Importers we see.
Importers are great in Arena.
So then we've got Galaka Glutton, Street Trickster, or Cold Light Seer.
I mean,
I think we
Glutton?
take the Glutton, right?
It gets rid of it beasts, and beasts. There's beasts all over the place in Arena, right?
Yeah.
Every class.
So then we've got the Snow Flipper Penguin, the Blaze
What?
Caller, or the Knoll.
Why is the Snow Flipper Penguin in? Oh.
Well, we don't have any elementals. We don't know if we're going to have any other elementals. I
Knoll's
think we
good.
just take the Goldshire Knoll.
Yeah, the Knowlton. It's just a good solid card. If we're prioritizing hero power, sometimes we won't use a card that turn.
Yeah. Then we have our first spell that we've seen, Ironhide. Then we've got Earthen Ring Farseer and Sated Threshodon. Do we just take the Farseer?
Farseer's heal could be good with trades. The Threshodon is a good solid sticky minion.
Yeah.
I'm kind of leaning towards Threshodon, but I don't hate the Farseer. We haven't gotten a lot of weapons, so I don't know how much face damage we're going to be creating ourselves.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And we have armor generation and our hero power.
Okay, let's take the Threshodon. Then we got Bone Chewer Vanguard, Ultrasaur, and Chillwind Yeti. None of these are really great. I mean, do we just take the 4 mana 4/5?
Yeah, I think we just take the Yeti.
Then we've got Stubborn Suspect, Death Rattle, Summon a random 3 cost, Burgly Bully, and Stockades Guard. Do we take the 1 mana 1/3?
What does the Stockades card do?
Stockades Guard is a 1 mana 1/3 battle cry. Give a friendly minion taunt.
It's a 1 mana 1/3 in arena. That's good, right?
I mean, I guess. I mean, at worst, it's a 1 mana 1/3. At best, it's a 1 mana 1/3 that gives a Threshodon taunt.
Or something a taunt.
Yeah.
Even giving a Loot Hoarder taunt is something.
Yeah. Okay, we'll take it. Then we got another importer, Lion's Guard. It's a 5 mana 4/6 battle cry. If you have 15 or less health, gain +2/+4 in taunt. Or Mountain Fire Armor, 3 mana 4/3 death rattle. If it's your opponent's turn, gain 6 armor.
I really like the Mountain Fire Armor in arena. I mean, I understand taking the importers, but it's just a strong card. If they don't want to deal with it because you get armor. But if they don't deal with it, then
you can just keep 4 damage to face. Yeah. All right, we got Bone Chewer Vanguard, another Stockades Guard, or Heavy Plate. Do we take Heavy Plate?
Card draw. Yeah, it's card draw, and it's armor.
Yeah.
It's healing.
So then we got Keening Banshee, 4 mana 5/5. Whenever you play a card, remove the top 3 cards of your deck. Scavenging Shavara, 6 mana 6/3. Deal 6 damage randomly split among all other minions. And Blowgill Sniper, 2 mana 2/1. Battle cry, deal 1 damage.
We just take the ping, right?
I think we take the sniper, yeah.
Yeah. This is a bad draft.
It's not been good. Valkyr Soul Claimer, 3 mana 1/4. After this takes damage, after this survives damage, summon a 2/2. Crazed Alchemist or another Heavy Plate.
I like Heavy Plate again here.
Then we got Bronze Herald, Forge of Souls, and Thunder Lizard. Well, Forge of Souls is useless because we have no weapons.
Yeah, I like the Bronze Herald here.
Okay. Then we've got a Stone Basilisk, Improve Morale, deal 1 damage to a minion. If it survives, add a lackey to your hand. And we have Battleground Battlemaster.
We don't have a lot of big minions for Battlemaster.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Do we take Battlemaster here?
We don't have a lot of big minions.
We don't yet, but I mean,
halfway through the draft,
you give a Threshodon Wind Fury.
Yeah, I just wonder if the poison's better.
Probably, it's Divine Shield poison. It's probably better, yeah.
Yeah, because it's probably a 2-for-1 card, right?
I mean, you're paying 1 mana for 1/1, 1 mana for Divine Shield, and 1 mana for Poisonous on that. So
yeah.
Evil Cable Rat, Enthusiastic Banker, and Storm Watcher.
So Enthusiastic Banker is card draw, right?
Yeah, at the end of your turn, store a card from your deck, battle cry, add the
Death
stored
rattle.
cards to your hand.
Death rattle.
Yeah.
Because it's basically card draw. We have a little bit of card
Unless
draw.
it gets polymorphed or something, and
Or
then you don't get
silence.
anything out
Yeah,
of it.
that's unlikely. Lackeys are strong.
Lackeys are strong. I was
I
thinking
mean,
evil
I don't
cable
think.
rat.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think the elemental's good. Yeah, let's go with cable. I think you're right.
Okay, then we've got Sleepy Dragon, Stubborn Gastropod, and a Stormwind Guard. So the Stormwind Guard is a 5 mana 4/5 taunt, battle cry, give adjacent minions +1/+1.
What do you think?
Honestly, I'm kind of leaning towards the Stubborn Gastropod.
Yeah, I was thinking that or the guard, but yeah, I think you're right with gastropod. It's
Okay,
a
then we've
bad
got
draft.
Annoyatron, River Crocolisk, Stubborn Gastropod.
Noyatron, right?
Yeah. Then we got Rockpool Hunter, Thunder Lizard, Blowgill Sniper.
Another sniper. This is trash.
This is I'm almost considering we finish this draft and retire and try again because this so far has
This
been
is
garbage.
bad. Lots of neutrals too. Not a lot of class cards.
Yeah. Do we just take the Blowgill Sniper?
Yeah, yeah.
Fallen Sun Cleric, Ethereal Og Merchant, and Warsong Outrider.
Outrider, right? Rush is
Four,
premium and
4 mana,
yeah.
5/4. Yeah.
That's a good card.
Lost in the Jungle or Sword and Board.
I like Sword Board. It's removal, it's armor.
Okay.
We don't have a lot of dude synergies.
We don't. Then we got Chillblade Champion, Arcane Anomaly, or Harbor Scamp. Well, we don't really have any pirates, so do we just take the Chillblade Champion?
Yeah, these are we're starting to get into some good cards now.
Okay, so we got Igneous Elemental, Blistering Rot, or Acarus Veteran.
Igneous Elemental gives us more minions.
It does.
So value is kind of how you win arena, right? You just do more than your opponent can do.
Yeah. Okay.
There we go.
All right. So now we've got a legendary choice.
Ooh.
We've got Varian, King of Stormwind, which says draw a rush minion to gain rush, repeat for taunt and divine shield. We have taunts. We have rush minion.
We have Divine Shield.
We have divine shield.
We do. We have all that.
Yep.
Do we have rush minions? Yeah, we do. Outrider.
Yeah, Outrider.
Got taunts. We
The
got
Knoll
a couple.
is rush.
No, Knowles right. So we got like two of each at least.
Yeah, taunt.
We have a couple taunts.
Yeah. Or we got Goliath Sneed's Masterpiece or Alex Straza the Lifebinder.
So I was originally looking at Sneed, but realizing what kind of value we have with Varian, Varian's probably the pick here, but so Sneed is 10 points of spread across removal.
Yes.
But Varian is just one big removal. And so is Alex Straza.
Correct.
I think we go with Varian. But
okay.
What do you? Yeah, it was down to neck between that and Sneed for me.
So next up we have Disguised Wanderer, Catacomb Guard, or Rockpool Hunter.
Catacomb Guard is not great unless you have hand buff.
Correct. And
it's pain.
We only have 2 Murlocs in the Blowgill Snipers. Do we take the Disguised Wanderer just because it spawns another minion?
Yeah, I mean it's not a great minion. It can be easily dealt with, but it's another 2 for 1, maybe even a 3 for 1.
Toxicologist, a 3rd Blowgill Sniper, or Ironbeak Owl. Do we take?
I think we need silence, right?
Yeah, I think so too. All right, next up we have Train Zealot, Heavy Plate, or Toxic Sewer Ooze.
So wait, read Toxic Sewers for me.
Toxic Sewer Ooze is a 3-mana 4/3 battle cry. Remove 1 durability from your opponent's weapon.
Okay. So you said what's the best combination you've heard right now is Demon Hunter Shaman?
It's Shaman with the Demon Hunter hero power.
Yeah. So Shaman Demon Hunter?
Yeah.
So weapons?
Yeah. Of course, we're a weapon class too and haven't seen one yet.
No, yeah, it's true. We haven't seen one. Heavy plate's a pick here, but that would be what, a third heavy plate?
That would be correct.
So, yeah, I think we go with the ooze.
Okay. Then we have Grook Fu Master, which is a 5-mana 3/5 Wind Fury. We have Man the Cannons.
Yeah.
And we have Backstreet Leper.
Because Man the Cannons, right?
I think so.
It's good removal.
Then we have Bone Chewer Brawler, Stubborn Suspect, and Stegodon.
How are we on 2-drop? We have a lot of 2-drops.
We have a lot of 2 and quite a few 3.
So, I think the 2-drop is the normal pick. However, we have a lot of 2-drops. And the Stegodon is also a taunt for Varian.
That's true.
It fills in a 4-drop slot we don't have a lot of.
Okay. Then we have Proud Defender, Jungle Panther, or Worgen Infiltrator. Is this where we take the Worgen Infiltrator?
I think so. Yeah,
I think so.
I guess it's Worgen Infiltrator.
All right. Then we have First Blade of Ren, Giant Mastodon, or Mistress of Mixtures. So, First Blade of Ren is a 4-mana 3/5 with Divine Shield, so it works with Varian, but we don't really have any way to buff its attack, so it wouldn't really gain its battle cry.
Yeah, I think it's fine, though.
I think so, too. A 4-mana 3/5
It's either that
Divine
or Mistress,
Shield.
and I don't think we have a deck that wants to play Mistress.
Yeah.
All right. So now I get to spectate you.
Now you get to spectate me as we play this mess.
It's a mess. This is one of the reasons why I don't play a lot of Arena, because sometimes it's just a hot mess.
Mm-hmm.
If there was a free way to play Arena that you didn't get rewards like duels, I probably would do it.
Yeah. So first up, we are against a rogue. So our opening hand is Stone Skin Basilisk, First Blade of Ren, and Sword and Board.
We're against a rogue Demon Hunter.
Yeah.
I think we hang on to the Sword and Board for early pressure.
Throw back the other 2.
Yeah, I don't think we need Stone Skin Basilisk that early, especially at something that has a 1-mana ping already.
Right. So, Goldshire Knoll and Warsong Outrider. Okay, that's not
bad.
Terrible.
Goldshire is just
draw into Bronze Herald. That's good.
So we can hero power on 2, and our Goldshire is going to keep getting cheaper.
Yeah, and then we Bronze Herald on 3, and if he kills it, that adds 2 more cards to our hand to reduce the Goldshire Knoll.
So that's a total reduction of 1 extra mana cost.
Yeah.
Let's hero power here.
Alright, he's going to coin. Play a Hired Gun, 4-mana 3/2, or a 3-mana 4/3.
That trades perfect with the Herald.
Yep, so we're going to play the Herald.
Just a 3-mana 4/3 taunt. Okay.
He's going to kill it immediately, which is what we wanted.
It's kind of sad because the Goldshire trades even with that.
That's true. Well, what about the Outrider? No, that's an even trade too. They're both 5/4s.
So we can Blowgill Sword and Board it, but that only develops a 2/1.
But it also gives us 2 armor.
Yeah, or we could just play a Chillwind Yeti.
Yeah.
I think we just play
Chillwind Yeti. He's either going to run the 4/3 in with his face,
That's fine. That's 4 damage.
Yeah. So, okay.
And it deals with the 4/3. You kind of count in arena. You want him to do 2 things to get rid of your 1. And
So
you want to do 1
Fell
thing to get rid of...
Barrage.
I'm kind of okay with that.
Him doing 1 spell in his face to get rid of it. And us
Yeah.
taking 7 damage. I'm not really okay with that.
I mean, it could be worse. So, do we play the
Mountain Fire?
Yeah, the Mountain Fire armor, and then just...
Hero Power?
So we can Hero Power, or we can play the Bluegill on the 4/3, kind of setting it up. And having another body into play.
Well, I mean, it's not really having a body in play because he's just going to remove it with his face.
Then that's 2 damage to face.
Which is nothing compared to the 7 damage we're going to take.
Unless he has to clear the mountain.
Trading 2 damage for 7 damage is never going to get you anywhere.
Well, if they have to deal with the Mountain Fire... See, what the Bluegill Sniper does, it allows us just to sword and board it next turn so we don't have to trade the Mountain Fire armor into it.
Okay.
Is the way I see it. Because he's not going to want to kill the Mountain Fire. We can send the Mountain Fire to face next turn.
Warglaives to kill the Mountain Fire.
And we gain 6 armor.
Right, so we take 1 damage.
You see, now we can play the Goldshire Knoll and the Sword and Board. So if we Goldshire Knoll, then we Sword and Board on the 4/2, and we can trade in. Now we have pressure.
Okay.
He doesn't want to use his face on this. Okay. Even split.
3/6 taunt.
6. Do we...
War Song, charge in, and play Heavy Plate for the 8 armor?
I think so. That's going to reduce the attack on that. He can still trade it in.
Yeah. And then next turn we drop the 2/4/4 dragons.
What if we drop a 4/4 dragon and then we charge the Chillblade to face? That's lifesteal.
Yeah. Yeah. That's not bad.
He can trade in the operative, and then it will go back to stealth, but we're going to get another 3 health for that.
Right, right.
Oh, he got Varian.
His is just normal, though. Ours is diamond.
It? Oh, yeah. So you got taunt and that's it?
Be nice
Rush,
to draw
taunt,
ours, though.
rush. Yeah, that's true.
So I think we loot Hoarder, give it taunt, play the dragon.
Why don't we give taunt to the Bloodworm?
Well, I mean, yeah, that works. That gives us 4 more life, but...
Yeah, that's lifesteal.
Yeah.
And it's awkward for him to trade to unless he trades Varian. And I like Loot Hoarder because I think the card draw is going to matter. Because he's way ahead of us in card draw.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I feel like he's been ahead the whole game.
He has. We're ahead on health. He's had to... See, he traded a Varian for that. I don't like those traits by him. Ooh.
Well, we can use the Toxic Sewer Ooze to get rid of his weapon now.
We can. We import her first?
Yep. Smuggler's
Oh,
Run, Spike Ridge Steed, or Small Time Recruits. Do we take Spike Ridge Steed?
I like Spiker Steed on the dragon next turn.
Yeah, I think so.
So we just play the ooze and hero power.
Yep.
We're not in a terrible spot right now. He's had to use his face a lot. Ooh, that kind of stinks.
Yeah, it doesn't really do us a whole lot of good to play this with a
So
poisonous on the board.
so here's my thought on that is what if we play the bronze dragon and put the spike ridge on the 1/3 instead? Or maybe we draw with heavy plate, we trade it and see if we can draw into something.
No. Really, the only thing we could have drawn into that would have really helped us would have been Varian.
Yeah.
What about putting the
Yes.
Spike Ridge on the
I like that.
Igneous?
I like that. If there was a value trade we could make with the Pandaren with the 3 attack, that would have been good, but there
There's
just wasn't.
not, yeah.
Yeah. But he's still gonna have to deal with the 2/7 taunt. If well, gosh, his draft is just better than ours.
Oh yeah, no. I
Our
don't
draft
doubt
is
I don't doubt
atrocious.
all the drafts are better than ours. Our
Ours is
draft was
pretty bad.
just awful.
We didn't get a brawl. We didn't get any kind of removal. I think we're just going down.
Yeah, I'm
Just
just
dump.
conceding this. This is garbage.
All right. Yeah. This is one of the reasons why I stopped playing Arena. You just
Oh
get
yeah.
too
No, I don't ever play Arena except the only time of the year I ever log in and play Arena is during the dual class.
And I love the dual class. I wish it
I
was
do too.
of its own
Dual
thing.
class is the one decent reason to log in and play Arena.
Yeah,
The rest of the time, it's really just a garbage mode.
it is. I wish they put more effort into making it better.
Yep.
I like this guy, Johnny Velveeta.
So, do we keep everything but the bloodworm?
I think you're right, and we might even stockades on turn 1.
Well, I was thinking loot hoarder and then stockades to give the loot hoarder taunt, but
But do you want to coin out a loot hoarder when they can ping it?
no,
But if we stockades on 1, he can't just ping it
that's true.
unless we do nothing turn 1. See, this challenges the
Yeah, this challenges
Yeah.
that. So yeah,
Ooh. No, I think it's still stock. Yeah, I was gonna say we could coin, but we might want to coin for the Warsong Outrider on turn 3. Yeah. So he's probably gonna ping trade, and we're gonna feel really happy, right?
yeah, I think so.
If he ping trades, because he does nothing. He's passing his turn for a 1 mana minion.
Yeah. Do we coin Bronze Herald?
So if we loot hoarder, he's gonna ping it and have 1 mana to do something. If we coin Bronze Herald, then yeah, I think that's the play.
Coin Bronze Herald?
Yeah, because he's gonna have a harder time dealing with it, and if he does deal with it, we get more minions in our hand, and we can
Right.
loot hoarder and Morgan Infiltrator next turn.
Exactly.
Okay.
Still
So
the loot hoarder infiltrator.
it's definitely loot hoarder. The question is, do we? If we infiltrate her, we want to put it in the middle to kind of get away from a cone of cold.
Okay.
It's either that or trade the heavy plate, and I think we want to play the infiltrator in the middle.
Yeah, I think so too.
That way, he can't cone of cold us.
Yeah.
I think that's in the pool, right? Yeah, because it's in core now, right?
Yep.
Yeah, cone of cold. I was right. That was the right play.
Do we Basilisk trade the heavy plate armor?
We
and
could
swing
do that,
face?
or we could just trade this minion off with the Warsong Outrider.
Yeah, I mean that's an option too. Do you think that's what we got? I mean, next turn he can spend 2 of his 5 mana and ping off one of our minions, but
Yeah, and he can value trade into the loot hoarder. So I
yeah.
think that's worse. I think it's Outrider.
Okay. All right.
That Frozen Shadow Weaver did some work for him.
If he kills this, do we just play a dragon and hero power next turn?
We can't hero power, but we can heavy plate trade.
Well, that's what I meant. Yeah, heavy plate trade.
We trade first, though, right?
See what we draw.
Yeah. I mean, we may draw something better.
Man, that's the cannons.
It's good for later. I don't think we waste it now.
Yeah. So we just do that and swing for 2.
Yep. Swing for 2. We need to keep the trades awkward for him. So he's having trouble deciding what he wants to do, which means we put him in an awkward spot. So there's break points with damage.
Uh-huh.
Oh, he's had a drain soul. Where's our little ping Murloc? Oh. Do we just Bronze Herald hero power?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, we could Igneous and
Stone Skin Basilisk, but I mean, then he just pings off the Divine Shield and trades in to remove it.
Yes, but that leaves us with a 4/4, and then he'll have another.
No, it leaves us with a 2/3
or 2/3, and he'll have another 5 mana to deal with stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's to me that's good, but also I don't hate both plays. You got two minions to deal with. Where with the Stone Skin, he's got to do 2 different points of damage.
Yeah,
or
I
just
think that's the route we go.
Either way, I think it's about the same result. Right now, we're just kind of in that poising chick. We're playing chicken right now.
Right.
Who can invest the least?
Next turn, unless we draw something, is it just a Thresh-a-Dawn turn?
I think so, because it's going to have a great follow up. Oh yeah, so he's having to decide. That means he probably has something big in his hand he doesn't want us trading a poisonous into.
Right.
Which means Variant on 8 is probably going to be good.
Yeah. Now that we actually have it in our hand.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We did that. Okay. So we want to get rid of that 2/1, right?
Yeah, because at the start of the turn, he gets to draw a card. So do we
trade Thresh-a-Dawn?
Trade Thresh-a-Dawn. That's what I think.
I like that.
And the game of chicken continues.
So if he has a Varian, He plays it and trades it. Okay. Enhanced strike. Oh, perfect. That's great. Because we're going to vary and trade into that and then thresh it on into the 5/5. Because it drops a 5/5, right?
Yes.
And he'll only gain 1 life. And we'll have a 7/7 taunt. And a 5/2 thresh it on.
Yep.
This is where we take the lead. Ooh, we're going to burn a card.
We are going to burn a card.
That's fine. That's fine. We don't. Our deck sucks.
And we've already drawn all our best cards, so yeah.
Okay, that doesn't do much. Yeah, we've drawn all our best cards.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Clever? The immunity helps him a lot. What did we burn?
We burned Sword and Board.
Oh, that's fine. So we can man the cannons on the 2/3 and trade the 2 1/1s into the minions.
Trade the what?
Trade our 2. It's all. We should have traded first.
You're
My
right.
bad.
We should have.
Yeah, I said that in the wrong order. Oh well, we should have traded and everything first. Oh well, that's fine. We can Gold Shower Null and trade into the 2/1.
Yeah.
Then do we want the 1/1s or the 1/2s or the armor? I think we want the 1/2s, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we should have traded first and then went face with the 7/1. But we're still in good spot. We're still in a good spot. Because he has 2 cards in his hand. We have 5. He has to trade a 4/1 into a 1/2. Ooh, there's a Blowgill.
Yeah. So we're gonna Blowgill Sniper and trade.
Trade a 1/2. I like the idea of playing Mountain Fire Armor this turn.
So I was thinking Chillblade and Mountain Fire or Chillblade and Dragon, so
I like Chillblade Mountain Fire because if he does deal with our board, we get a bunch of armor.
okay.
And we're going to be almost at full health already. This makes his comeback potential less likely. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
This is playing a little more defensive.
Unless he has a Twisting Nether.
Twisting Nether. Now we have good quality minions we can play. And we got 6 armor. Ooh. Dragon Wanderer?
That's what I was thinking.
He's going to need that
Don't
plate
forget to use
all
your hero
over again.
power.
Yeah. He needs another Twisting Nether.
Setting it up for a trade next turn.
Yeah. We just go face.
Yep.
And play the 2 4-drops in hero power.
Do we play the 2 4-drops or do we play the Bloodworm and the Taunt?
So we want the taunt regardless. And then I think the Divine Shield makes him either invest a ping or it allows him to have damage-based removal as like a flame strike is not now.
Okay.
With the worm, he could flame strike. Flame strike trade ping and he deals with the board. Now he has to invest a ping somewhere else. Okay. Yeah, see, you have to put that ping there.
Right.
Ooh.
Start with the Pandaren.
Give us lethal.
Give all minions in your hand 1/1. Set a minion's attack and health to 1 and give its stats to a minion in your hand.
City tax, right?
Tradable lifesteal, do 1 damage to all enemy minions? Yeah, I think so.
That deals with the board.
That deals with the board, yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. Because that's enemy. That's not all minions.
Correct.
Yeah, we win. There's no way he can come back. Maybe I think we hero power. I don't think we invest this minion just in case he has
that's what
something.
I did.
Yeah. He could twisting the other ping to deal with this board. Could flame strike ping to deal with this board.
No, even then.
No, flame strike's 5 damage now.
Oh, that's right. It is. Yeah. So with a colossal screw up early, we still may pull this out.
He could be upstairs cursing his grandmother out for not buying any Yoo-hoos, and he's demanding a hot pocket.
Well, he got to a point where he was like, all right, now's my time to stand up and wipe my butt, and now I can get some feeling back in my legs.
Yeah. Who plays Arena on the toilet? Come on, man.
Man, that's just, ETT.
Unless your toilet is a lazy boy and you got a reclining feature in it, no, you do not need to play Arena on the toilet. Not unless you're just 3 and out every time. Someone say Thunder Fury, Blessed Blade of the Windseeker. There we go.
All right. 1-1.
Somebody just force closed the zap.
Yep. He was like, man, I'm 0-2 now. No point in continuing.
But why not concede? Come on. I mean, just concede at that point.
Yeah.
One more?
One more.
And then we're going to go to the Fried Pickle Festival.
Woohoo!
I told my sister-in-law we're going to the Fried Pickle Festival. She thought I said 5 pickles. She's like, I guess it's 1 more better than 4 and not as good as the 6 Pickle Festival. Oh, no, fried. Fried.
All right, so Heavy Plate, Chillwind Yeti, Varian. Do we just throw it all back?
Against Shaman Warlock, where he's probably going to invest his turn 2 into a lifesteal, there's merit into keeping the Chillwind Yeti, but we don't have the coin, so yeah, probably throw it all back. And just because we know they're probably going to slow play, I could see merit.
Yeah.
We
have all these 2 mana cards.
Hey, there we go. Pass. Pass on turn 1. Have nothing. Yes. Hero power face?
That's what I think.
They're likely going to hero power on 2.
Nope. Auctioneer Jackson.
That's the legendary you picked? Do we just play the ooze?
Yeah, I don't hate that.
I don't see them playing weapon. If they do, it's probably going to have a lot of durability, like a Doomhammer or something.
Yeah.
So here's my question. Do you think Doomhammer should have been a legendary weapon? I like that.
I think so, probably, yeah. Do we just trot out the Stegodon here?
It's either that or we outright her and have a bigger pressure.
Yeah, but, I mean, there's just so many ways to get rid of a 2 health minion.
But maybe it's another Rockbiter weapon, so he has to take face.
That's true.
We've got really good pressure. I want to keep the pressure up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's great.
What do you think here?
Do we Stegodon?
Stockade, give the Stegodon taunt again? Just to get the 1-3 on the board?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. If he does, overload next turn just to buff this to kill the Stegodon,
We can
he'll
Iron
be
Beak
overloaded. He'll be overloaded. We can Iron Beak it.
Yeah.
We can Iron Beak, man the cannons trade if we need to. Like, we won't even need to do that now. So man the cannons. We can clear the board with man the cannons, but
But then we would just
play
have the igneous elemental left. That should be fine, though, right?
I think that's fine. Yeah. I wish you would have overloaded. Igneous gives us refill. That we just 2 for 1. Oh, 1 for 2.
Yeah.
Okay. He'd already invested those minions. We can trade into that, but don't know if we need to.
Yeah. Do we just play the Wanderer and Hero Power this turn?
And then 1 elemental?
I don't even know if we play that.
Keep our hand size up?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I think you're right. Yeah, let's do that. It trades if he decides to trade.
If he goes face and leaves it alone, then we'll trade it next turn.
We can trade and have a 9-1 he has to deal with. He traded.
Despicable Dreadlord. That's a good card for Arena.
It's a really good card for Arena. I think we're going to Goldshire. Do we trade the heavy plate first, though?
I think we trade first to see what we get.
Yeah.
Loot Hoarder. So, yeah, I think we're just going to Goldshire here.
Trade. I don't like it, but maybe we drop a Flame Elemental now.
That's what I was thinking.
Something on the board?
Yep.
I mean, look, he's at 15.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's at half.
Something.
That's not good.
I would argue that's bad.
Let's trade first.
Trade first, but I think we got to silence that.
Oh, I agree.
And we loot Hoarder.
Hero Power? Hero Power Flame Elemental.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, that walking fountain was perfect for him.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Oh, man. You variant? Ha ha ha! I'm so good at this game. Okay, so variant in.
Oh, no rush.
Didn't get rush. Oh, because we got all a rush. Okay, that's fine, right?
Yeah, I think that's okay. Do we trade in the Loot Hoarder to draw? Or do we wait?
Yeah. We traded the Loot Hoarder to draw. He's got to clear the 1-2 on the other side of the damage.
Yeah.
So I think we just Hero Power because we don't want to give him another out.
Right.
We want to make him swing into that 7-7 with the 4-8.
Yeah.
He's going to have to do both minions, to be honest. Ooh. Or maybe he won't. So we're going to want to put up the...
Do we Gastropod, Annoyatron?
The problem with Gastropod and Annoyatron, he can swing into the Annoyatron to kill the Gastropod without swinging into the Gastropod.
That's true. You're right.
So I think we Gastropod and use the Blowgill to hit the 9-1. So if he uses the 9-1 to clear the Gastropod, it still dies anyways.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
And then we can put the bloodworm on the far right. Get that?
Yep, yep. Because if he swings in here, it clears, and then
And you'll have to trade a 9/1 into the gastropod, into the
into the
bloodworm. So
bloodworm.
regardless, yeah. We're setting up.
Or he could just play Doomhammer and clear our board.
This guy's got a god draft. That was the right play, though.
Yeah, yeah.
With what we had. Our deck is garbage. We didn't really get any good choices. I hate going back to that. Cable Rat into the Ethereal Lackey? No. Rush.
Which doesn't help us.
No, none of this helps us. Trying to think of what in our deck can help us.
I think if he swings with everything, we're at 1.
Placement. He could have had lethal.
He does have lethal. Okay. Because of the placement.
Yeah. he could have put it in the middle.
Yeah.
Of those 2 taunts that had plus 2. Oh, well.
All right.
Yeah. This draft is... Arena is not a real draft.
Nope.
It simulates a draft in the best way the Hearthstone can do it. But there's not a good... Here's the problem with a limited format in Hearthstone. Oh, you retired it?
There's no point in playing it.
The problem with a limited format in Hearthstone is you almost have to have all the players playing simultaneously for the same amount of time.
Yeah.
And you don't have that.
Right.
So this is what you get. Now you could draft more cards and let them pick out of the, like, maybe you draft 40 cards and you pick.
I was thinking you draft 45 and then you build a 30-card deck out of that. I like that.
But your casual arena players aren't going to want to build a deck. That's the reason arena players don't play constructed is because they don't want to build a deck.
Right. So
I don't know. I don't know of a way to fix arena.
Nope. All right.
Other
Gang,
than
that's gonna
put it in modes and let it die.
If you have any questions or comments about the show, please email us at heropowerpodcast@gmail.com. Hit that subscribe button below on YouTube if you've not done so already. For any more details about our patron-only Discord, head on over to patreon.com/heropower, and we'll see you all again next week.
Bye, guys.